I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mel.
Girl, let me tell you, I only had maybe a little less than half of that drink.
When you're drinking, you just gotta drink more.
I am a strongly worded email.
Actually, that feels in line, though.
That's not
No, listen. And every now and again, when somebody get out of line, you just yell, pop the trunk.
I'm the juice to her gin. Did we hit record?
Is it working? Is it on?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gin and Juice podcast. This is a bonus episode.
Bonus. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, do that. That there's no ads because we're actually off for the month of July. So when you see this in your feed and you're very excited about it, praise God, hallelujah, amen. But we ain't got no ads. So we're just gonna literally be here for wedding recap, okay? Because y'all wanted to know. And the teas and the situation. I asked you guys some questions. I'm not going to lie. I think sometimes when you ask questions on Instagram, it gets stuck and you don't really get to see all the questions because I went back in there to kind of like screenshot and there were way more questions than I thought.
Oh.
Way more questions.
Did you just get a lot of responses?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
what
mean,
do you mean stuck?
Like when I initially was going through like the day of, it didn't seem like that many. And so I was like keeping tally in my mind, like I'll make sure I answer that, make sure I answer that. And then when I got here, I was like, let me just go back to jog my memory. And I was like, I didn't see all these.
Oh, got it.
So anyway, we'll go through as much as possible. Although, just as an aside, I am thinking about doing 1 week of like wedding content. And it'll be like how I chose my venue, what was my venue,
got it.
just different things like
that's
how do you, if
idea.
you do a video invite, how to make it make sense and capture everything, because I actually did it wrong and then I had to go back and fix it. So I would tell y'all what I had did wrong. Some of the websites that I think are better, by the way, Zola's out. Don't use Zola. I hate Zola. They really should have brand dealed me to teach me how to use their website, but because they didn't, and I don't owe them a raving review. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all.
Hilarious.
Leah's nodding her head because she just recently. You got married, didn't you?
No, I'm still engaged.
You're still okay.
Are you in the?
No.
In the throes of planning.
She's taking notes. Is what's
yeah.
happening. Okay,
Yes,
so not
got you.
Zola.
Zola, but do you know? Because you try to use it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Zola, it has the branding, and that's why people go to it. Do not recommend. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Anyway, aside. My name's Melissa.
Back there, I am Melody.
Sorry, because we're all doing it out of order. So, in case you're new here, we're real life sisters. We get on this podcast every week, except for the month of July, and talk about what we want to talk about. And this week is fully dedicated to the 20th vow renewal celebration for me and Kevin.
Yes.
So I did write down a few questions, but before I do that, maybe we'll hear your perspective so I don't talk long since I did all the intro. Or you just want to interject with me?
Yeah, just let me interject with you.
Okay. All right. I don't even know where to start.
Because it was so much.
It's so much. So let me do some like preliminary stuff and then I'll go into like where it went wrong, because that's the question y'all want to know. What went wrong?
Okay.
So let me tell you about what went right.
Okay.
And then we'll do what went wrong.
That makes
All right.
sense.
So what went right? Number one, Cabo is amazing. It was beautiful. If there's one thing I could change, it would be that heat, the temperature, because it was hot.
Also, a lot of people seem to have the runs.
And folk got sick. Mama just called me and said she didn't get the runs though, but Mom was like she got like a little bit of a cold. Did you get the runs?
No, but I know of like 6 people at this
No,
point
I think there's about 10
that haven't stopped pooping.
Yeah. Everybody, not everybody, but like there's probably 10 to 12 people that got boo-boo butt.
Why?
I don't know. People keep saying the water, but the thing is we would have all had the
That's
water.
what I don't understand.
Like we would have all had the water. We
Yeah.
all brushed our teeth.
Yep.
I even drank the regular water. I'm not even going to front
Why
to
would
you.
you do that?
Because we was in the restaurant and I didn't see no bottles. So and I listen, I was done with alcohol.
Oh yeah.
There was a point where I was like, I don't
No more.
I don't want. Please give me some
Yeah.
water. So, but I didn't get the runs. Kev didn't get the runs. Isaiah didn't get the runs. My poor baby child,
Joe has it.
he got a little bit of the runs.
Oh.
He's better today,
Oh,
but
praise the
like
Lord.
he did get a little bit of, like a lot of people got the runs.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I would just be.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the food.
Yeah.
I don't know if the food just did differently with different people. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But a few people showing up, they did get the runs. But the venue itself, we were at Chilano Bay Resort for all the people that are asking. Amazing.
Beautiful.
The grounds were amazing.
Yes.
The staff was
They
amazing. And everybody's room, there were no bad rooms.
Absolutely.
Everybody had the outdoor
Indoor shower.
Thank you. So you could shower indoor inside of your room, or you could step outside of your room and there was a shower. Like, it was so good. Most everybody had a view of like either the ocean, or you had the greenery. Like, the resort was just nice. I have no complaints that way. Like, outside, everybody getting sick, and it was very hot. It got hotter with every day.
Yeah, it did.
We got there on
Saturday,
and with every passing day, it got hotter.
It did.
And hotter.
One day, did it rain, or it seemed like it was going to rain?
Yeah, it did.
And then it was the day before, actually.
It was because
it was
perfect
at the
welcome party.
And then the next day, it was everybody was sweating. It was so
oh my
hot.
God, it was so hot. The view, the welcome party sunset was so perfect.
Oh my goodness, it doesn't even look real.
It doesn't look real. It was so pretty.
Yeah.
And so the next day, I was like, listen, after the ceremony, because it was around the same time, what we're going to do, we're going to get the beautiful sunset pictures. We did not.
Yeah.
Because the sun packed up its books, bags,
Oh
belongings,
my
and bonnet,
goodness.
and got on up out of there.
It did.
Okay, it was only on the welcome party.
Yeah.
But the welcome party was great. The bags were great. I had so many extra bags. By the way, we are going to do a giveaway.
Oh, nice.
Of bags that Catherine's going to organize. But if you're listening here and you're in the Patreon, obviously, be on the lookout for that. Catherine is going to do facilitate the giveaway. So the welcome party was great. The welcome party was so much fun.
It was so nice.
It was so nice. It was just tacos, like low-key vibes. Aisha Irene is an amazing DJ.
Oh my goodness,
she
she's
killed
so
it
good.
every single day. Like, it was just.
I love her.
She's so good.
I love her.
Man, she's so good.
Good time.
Yeah, and she is the DJ from the Love Hour conference. So if you recognize her, that's where. And she's a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that about that. And she's just good.
Yeah,
she gets the vibe. She nailed it. She did the reception. She did the yacht day. She did the welcome party. Like, she just gets it. Like, she really does. And each day was different. Like, the vibes for every day was different.
I agree.
And she dialed in on those vibes.
100%.
Like, she was really good. Anything you want to add on that?
On the welcome party? No, it was a great way to welcome everybody.
Yeah.
It was just chill, and everybody's excited, getting prepared obviously for tomorrow, but like, it was the first time everybody who was coming was there, because we had been there since Saturday. So like, over the coming days from Saturday on, people were just slowly trickling in, but welcome party was the first time everybody who was coming, just about, I think one more person came Sunday, but everybody who was coming was at the welcome party. So it just was like the perfect kickoff for, the wedding.
If you are if you have the ability, I highly recommend. Yeah. Like, especially if your family and your partner's families don't even really know each other, or they don't know each other well, or they don't, maybe you guys live, you move, for example, both of you moved to LA, but your family's here and his family is there, and the first time they're really getting to meet each other is at the wedding. Highly recommend doing some side of either welcome party, welcome dinner, something like that. If you can, it was great.
And your dress was great.
Oh my God, I love
the
my
outfits.
dress
Even
so
Kev's
much.
outfit was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was really good. Everybody came it was just great.
Yeah.
I don't have it. We just ate tacos, and everybody was talking. Like, I had this full plan, by the way. We were going to do karaoke. We were going to do game night. We were going to do all these things. None of it was necessary.
No.
None. And we didn't have time either.
I know. It was so sad.
Yeah.
When they cut the music, we were like, but we're not done.
We was only out there for 2 hours?
Yeah.
In my mind, 2 hours is a long time.
That is not long.
We
were trying to turn up, and they were like, cut the lights.
Yeah, it was short.
Cut the music.
Honestly,
but that was good.
That would be the thing I would change. I would make the welcome party
longer,
probably 3.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
But everybody looked amazing, and everybody was so nice.
Everybody was nice.
It was like a little bit of almost like a family reunion, but like, everybody wasn't family. I don't know, but it felt family reunion vibes. It was like everybody knew each other, but you may not have met each other, if that makes sense. So it was just cool. Yeah. It was just really good time. So that was the welcome party. And then the day of the ceremony. Do you want to just do that, or should I just do it because we're here? Mel just wants me to do it, Chad.
No, I want you to do whatever you feel comfortable doing, Chad. Do whatever you want to do.
Mel was talking to me by not talking to me, but like it's so loud what she's not saying, so we're just gonna do it. Okay, so the day of this actually starts on the welcome party.
It sure does.
Okay, so this is what happened. For the welcome party, I had a glam squad that was hired, obviously, to come in and do things that glam do. Okay, and so
Melissa hired a hairstylist. Melissa hired a hairstylist to do her hair, and she made accommodations to fly that hairstylist out to Cabo and to be there to take care of her hair the entire time, because that is what she did. That is what makes sense. That is what she paid and prepared to do. And then on the day of the welcome party, she gets notified that this hairstylist didn't make their flight.
Flight was missed.
And then another flight is booked for them to make the next flight to still be there.
No, I didn't book it. I couldn't book it because we were within the time frame.
Okay.
But I was going to send the money.
Okay. For a second flight.
For the second flight.
To happen. That hairstylist missed that flight. Didn't make that flight. So then she's scrambling.
I am literally scrambling, you guys. Mind you, this is 10 minutes before the flight's supposed to take off that I get this text that's like, oh, girl, I had missed my flight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was bad. And so we're scrambling. Thankfully, you guys probably don't know Karen. Her name is Karen.
Yes.
She, her girls actually watch Mel's daughters when they were younger. They watch my boys. They're like literally one of the first families we met when we moved to
Totally.
LA. Like, no exaggeration, she's literally one of the first families we met. And so she's a hairstylist, so we're like calling her like, hey, can you do my hair for the welcome party, because my hair's a mess. Okay, because one thing about me, you only see me dressed up on camera. In real life, I don't. If I don't have to do my hair, I don't. Like, number one, it's colored and I'm relaxed, so I don't even like putting a lot of heat on my hair, to be completely honest with you. So if I'm not on camera where I have to be on, I typically don't curl my hair because I just don't like putting a lot of heat on my hair. Even when I'm not colored, to be honest, I just really don't be liking to put a lot of heat on my hair. Anyway, so when the person misses their flight, or I'm sorry, by this time we're there since Saturday. The welcome party is on Tuesday. So we're there since Saturday. I didn't do my hair at all. I had that little straw hat and lived my best life.
Yes.
Okay, I had that straw hat and lived my best life. Like, I did not care. So I'm like, literally, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? So Karen comes, mind you, she's out with her girls ATVing. She didn't tell me this until afterward. She's like, girl, we gotta cut the trip short because I'm, coming, da 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 da. So she comes and curls my hair. So we're still trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, you missed the welcome party. The vow renewal's the next day. Missed this day, fine. We'll figure it out. My hair, she actually did a good job. It looked great in the pictures. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But, like,
for the day of,
I need my hair done.
Yes.
For real. Okay. So the person misses their first flight. It's like at 10 a.m. call. It was literally like 9:55. They missed at 10 a.m. There's another flight that I find that leaves at like 12. So I'm like, oh, you can take this flight. You're already at the airport. I can't book it because literally the airline is like, because of the timing of this flight, you can't book this online. You have to book it at the airport. So we're like, take this. You'll get here. Low key, you would have got here and still been able to do my hair for the welcome party. To be completely honest, you could have got there at like, I think it was like 2:30 or something like that. If you left at 12, yeah, that makes sense. You probably would land around 2:30. Welcome party's not until like 6, something like that.
Yep.
Plenty of time. I won't go into the details, but for one reason or another, they can't make that flight. So now there's no additional flights out of LA on that day, or out of the city they're from on that day. So we're stuck.
Yep.
So Karen's doing my hair. I'm crying at this point because the other part that you guys probably know is that I hated my hair from the first wedding too.
Mm-hmm.
I had the girl who did my hair the first time. She woke up late. Did you know that?
No.
She was late. She
I
woke
didn't
up
know
late.
that.
She overslept. Whatever happened, she was late.
Oh, wow.
So when I got in there, she's rushing to get me out.
Yeah.
And so all she did was glue some tracks in my hair
Uh-huh.
and bump the ends. You remember how my hair was? That's why it was like
yeah.
that. Some long tracks.
I did not know that.
And the ends were bumped. I didn't have a
It
curl.
was not fat. It was not nice.
And I wear my hair short today. I didn't like long hair then.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was so ready for that weave to come out. Like, I was so ready for
I
that
did
weave to come
not
out.
know that.
So I didn't like my hair then. So I'm like, I really need my hair done. Like, I really need my hair done for my vow renewal because I want it to be done, and I want to like it.
Yes.
So they're like, okay, I'm going to take a flight at 1 a.m. the day of the vow renewal. And they would get there because I'm trying to be nice to all of my vendors. Not even nice. I'm just trying to be professional. Like, when people book me, I'm trying to do it direct,
100%.
right? Like, I'm not trying to have you stop here, there, and everywhere because it's cheaper for you. And that's actually, if you are booking people to come do something for you and you cannot afford them the direct flight, you can't afford your vendor.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry, but I stand 10 toes down on that. If you have to cut corners and get your guest, speaker, whoever, and you have to have them do multiple stops to get them to you, you cannot afford your person to come out to you.
It's just such an inconvenience.
It's inconvenient.
It makes the travel day
It's a
so
long
much
travel
longer.
day, and
a
it's
whole
and
thing.
it's really low key. It's not professional to me.
Yeah.
Do not ask me. Sorry, do not ask me. And you got to have me do 3,000. Now, if I have to do a layover, fine. Fine, obviously. But if there's a direct and it's what you can't afford, ma'am, I'm so sorry, but I can't do it because
Yeah.
it just makes for my day to be longer.
100%.
And then you want me to come up and perform or do whatever, and I'm tired. I can't do it. So I'm buying you direct flights. It's a 2.5 hour flight. They buy a flight and it includes an 8-hour layover.
Leah's face set.
So instead of going direct from LA to Cabo, you go from LA to Texas to Cabo. So you leave at 1 a.m. You don't land in Cabo until 9 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And most of that is
It's
your
a layover.
Is your layover. So in the midst, we find out that there's some other factors that prevented them from getting on that flight.
One time I told a story. If you've been following me on Instagram, even on this platform, I probably have told this story. Life lesson that you should know.
There is a life lesson here.
Anytime you are traveling internationally, you should check what the timeline that country requires for your passport. If your passport is going to be expiring within 6 months, it is probably best for you to get a new one before you leave the USA. Okay? Because most countries, many of them,
I think low-key it's
require, including Mexico, that your passport cannot be expiring within 6 months, or else you won't be stepping foot outside of U.S. soil. You will stay there. Noted? Noted. Proceed.
the story she's talking about with Greg. Y'all remember?
Yeah, we went to Singapore one time. Remember that story? We went to Singapore and Greg's passport was expiring within 6 months. He traveled 12 hours and then traveled 12 hours right back. We made it to China and they said, you will stay in this box until I get you a new flight. They did so within 10 minutes and put him back on the plane. 24 hours back. It was quick. But that is because your passport can't be expiring when you are trying to travel into other countries. 6 months. In your mind, an expiration date is an expiration date. In travel world, that it's not. It don't work like that.
So that's the reason why they missed their flight the first time, because apparently they were on the phone with Delta. And then I'm not quite sure why they couldn't make the second flight. I'm not going to lie. I have my own personal kind of theories, but because that can't be confirmed, I'll leave them to myself. So then
the other note is it is possible to get a passport.
We're going to tell that story.
Same day.
We're going to tell that story.
I've done it.
And so did we while we were in Mexico. Because if you want to pause really quickly, The reality is the same day of the welcome party.
Yeah.
How my day actually started was a text from my nephew, Julian.
Oh, that's right.
So the beginning
That's
part
right.
of the story that I was just going to get to, but while
Okay.
we're here, the beginning part of the story is I woke up that morning. Julian texted me. He's like, Auntie, I really want to come. I'm like, Julian, how am I do this? He doesn't have a passport. So I spent my morning calling the Dallas passport offices trying to get him a next day or same day passport. So I call up the offices, got this guy, clearly a black guy, and I gave him the saddest story. Oh my God, you know, I'm renewing my vows. We're in Mexico, and my nephew really wants to come, and it means so much to us because his father passed away, and you know, we waited. They weren't going to come, but now he really wants to make it. And the vow renewal is tomorrow.
So, like, help us.
So if there's any way possible that you can make this happen, he said, I will call them direct for you.
Oh, nice.
And sometimes what they do is, he said, I don't see any opens, but I will call them direct. And sometimes what they do is they'll create
an opening,
an appointment.
Oh,
for you.
nice.
So literally hung up. I said, thank you so much. I appreciate you even just doing that much. Like, thank you so much. They called Tammy within like 2 hours.
Oh, nice.
They had an appointment the next day.
Yep.
Our renewal day.
Yep.
At 8:30 that morning. We bought his ticket. And when I tell you he showed up as we were headed out.
Oh, my goodness.
As we were leaving out
He
of
just
the hotel.
appeared.
He just appeared. As we were walking out of the resort, headed down to the place to start the ceremony, he showed up. He goes inside. Germany's team, his name is George, who styles us. I pressed his suit for him, put his little stuff on, got him together, rushed him down. As my mom is walking down the aisle with the boys, Julian pops up.
That's why I said appeared for me, because I didn't even know the part of for the when he got to y'all room, but to be down there, and I literally looked up and I said, he just appeared.
Literally, he comes on the cart, comes down, and I said, Julian, walk with them. Julian,
all of a sudden was on the arm.
And so he ended up walking.
Yeah.
My mom, Julian, that's why his suit didn't match.
Yeah.
But he had the perfect color, but it just
yeah.
didn't match the style of the boys' suits. So he ended up walking with Julian. It was Julian, my boys, and my mom.
Yeah.
Because he literally showed up in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It was
walk
so
with
perfect.
them.
It was so perfect.
Just perfection. So I literally went from that. And when I tell you, I was like, Tammy, don't ever do me. I'm auntie out here.
Yeah.
Don't ever do me. Auntie is out here.
Made it happen.
Hung up on that and went into
Hairstyle.
the hairstyle.
Yeah.
So I didn't even go out that day. And that was the day most people were arriving.
Yep.
I didn't leave the house until the welcome party. I was in that room crying, trying to figure it out. So anyway, we they missed the flight, and between them missing the second flight, they call back, and that's when they give us the story about the passport's expiring, and I was on the phone with them, and I was trying to figure out, and they're telling me they're going to make it. So at this point, I'm like, you're not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make it. Even if Delta told you that you could make it.
You're not going to.
You're not going to. You could make it out of LA. You could make it to Houston. You could make it and touch down
in Mexico.
And
they will turn you around.
They will turn you around. You will get to Mexico, and I will be stuck.
Yep.
So the girl who did my makeup, color du jour, her name is Elena. First of all, she's amazing.
She was so good.
Oh, I didn't want to do my makeup after. I literally voice noted her because me and Mel did a
What?
Me and Mel did a little gowns, beautiful gowns, Mel.
What?
I keep wanting to say a Patreon, but it starts with a P. The thing we did.
What we do? I don't know what we did.
Pageant.
Oh.
And that's all I kept wanting to say at
We
Patreon.
did do one.
We did we were
Judges
judges.
in a pageant, a beauty pageant. Stay focused. Wait, keep going.
I'm sorry. I did my makeup for that and I was pissed off.
Oh.
Because I was like, why would I even have to do this when after she's done this?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She literally did my makeup the best I've ever had my makeup
It
done.
was so good.
Everything. I got a IV before we left, And I feel like that was the day that it gave you that inner glow.
Yeah.
And her skill.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So perfect.
Oh, she was so good. Anyway, she's doing my makeup and she's hearing the chaos and everything that's happening. She's like,
no, wait, hold on.
oh,
What's happening? Let me cut in.
okay.
What's happening is Melissa is in her room and I am trying to be, because I understand chaos, everything. So, and it's the middle of the day. So I'm also I'm like, we haven't all day. I'm like, where's Melissa? Every day we had been doing breakfast together and she doesn't show up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the kids to the pool, waiting for her to show up. So then I'm texting her, or I don't remember if I text you or you text me, but regardless, maybe I text you because I was like, where are you?
Yeah.
And so then she's like, the hairstylist. So I'm like, what is happening? So we're going back and forth. I'm going to be stuck. We got to find another stylist. So
Oh, yes.
I'm searching and just sending people,
Yes.
but also trying to balance. This is probably really chaotic and
Yeah.
stressful. So how can I be additive, but not like additive in a stressful way? So then I go to the Cut Life Instagram page.
Sure did.
Okay. And I'm just scrolling the Instagram searching for hairstylists because I will reach out to people quick. Okay. So then we find one in New York
Yep.
that seemed to be fine. Okay, let's try it. So then you message her.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, cool. But then we find this other stylist. And so I'm like, this other stylist. So I already reached out. And at this point, I'm like, I'm coming to the room. Because
She
we
did come to
were
the room.
like texting. And I'm like, wait, this is stressful. I'm coming to the room. So I go to the room. Karen's doing her hair. Color du jour is doing her makeup. And so I'm texting the Brooklyn girl.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out what's going to happen. So there's this other stylist, the one who came, that we were like, this one, she was even saying, I like him.
Yeah.
I like their work.
Yeah.
I like this person. So then the stylist is like, I work in a salon in
Yes.
Houston, and so I think I said his name.
Yeah.
And she was like, I have his number. He works in my
Literally.
salon. I can text him.
Literally.
And we were like, text him. Literally, we're on the verge of like DMing him, right?
Literally.
Like it's going to be a long shot of like, hey, reaching
Literally.
out. Hope you can respond. And she's like, I'll call him.
And literally called him.
And then pulled him up on her phone. Like literally the name, just calls him.
His name's Reggie.
Reggie. Ends up calling Reggie on speakerphone with
Yes.
us right there in the middle of her having her makeup done.
Literally getting my makeup done
And
and
her
Karen
hair.
doing my hair.
Yes, for the welcome party.
Yes.
And he's like, and she said, hey, what you doing?
He was so funny.
You want to come do some hair in Mexico tomorrow?
You want to come to Mexico tomorrow?
And he was like,
He was so confused.
she said, I know I'm talking slow so you can process what I'm saying. And then Melissa was like, you could take it off
Take him off
speakerphone."
speaker because it
So
was a
he can-
lie.
It was. He could speak freely off speakerphone. By the time they got off that phone, he said, I'll be there tomorrow.
And did.
And showed the
Less
hell
than
up.
24 hours later.
He said, I just got to be back by Thursday because I have appointments, but I'm free tomorrow. Pulled up, literally. So Wednesday comes, okay? And I'm like, when he comes, I will breathe again.
Everybody will breathe.
Because we just need to see his face. I need to see him in the flesh.
Yes.
To know that everything's going to be okay. And in that morning, getting your makeup again. Every time there's a knock at the door, it's the damn kids being loud and I'm like, where's the stylist? And eventually
Reggie showed up.
he showed
man.
up.
He had his bags. He may as well had a halo around his head.
He showed up with his bag. And so what we doing?
He was so nice. He was so nice.
Yes.
And I was like, well, Mel's pulling up inspo picture. I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. But because it had been over a week since I last got my hair done, I didn't really do nothing to it. I was like, I should wash it. So he has a fresh start, clean hair. Because, it's hard to style. And I didn't want my hair to be, him being like, this is the best I could do. Like, you got product in your hair. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, this is the best I could do. So I was like, I'll wash my hair so it's at least clean for him. Well, child, during the wash, the tracks fell out.
Oh, yeah, because you had tracks in there. By the other hairstyle.
The tracks fell out.
The prep.
Because I really wanted a curly type situation and some waves on the side. So, and my hair is on the finer side. It's finer. And I like a lot of volume.
Yeah.
So I was like, add these tracks. And then when you come, all you have to do is curl them. Child, the tracks fell out. So he gets in and he's like, we're like, oh, I saved the tracks. They had fallen out. But like, do you have some hair glue? He was like, no, I don't have. He's searching. Elena's searching. Elena says, I mean, I got some eyelash glue. So she takes out the eyelash glue. He glues the track with eyelash glue.
Amen.
Takes the blow dryer and is like, we're all praying at this point. Okay, we're all praying. Okay, just Jesus, a miracle, please. So he takes it, he puts it in, and he's like, oh, I think it's gonna work. I'm like, oh, praise God, it's gonna work. Child, he did this. That thing said, no. He said, it's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So I said, Reggie, if you tell me to just trust you, I'm gonna trust you. He looked at me, he said, I'm gonna need you to trust me. I'm gonna need you to trust me. I said, okay. Because at this point, I don't know what else to offer.
Right.
Like, I don't know what else to offer. This is my first time meeting you.
Yeah, right.
I don't have a choice but to trust you because I don't have nothing else. I'm like not crying because there's so much to the story that I could tell y'all.
Yeah.
But I just will not. But wedding planning was not easy.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Wedding planning was not easy for me. It was it was not easy for me. Okay. It was a lot going on in the background. And so to be at that point, it was like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I literally broke down to Kev. I said, I just feel like I've been carrying this wedding for the last year.
Amen.
And for this to happen, like, I don't have anything else to give.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't conjure anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, Reggie, if you tell me to trust you, I'm just going to trust you. He's like, I'm going to need you to trust me. I'm like, okay. So I just sit there. I'm like, I'm relinquishing this. I don't have anything else to offer. You do it. Baby, he did these waves.
It was so good. It looked so good. Oh, man.
Man, I could not have pitched him a better idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was still so perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I was just, it just worked out.
It did.
Like, literally, I was like, God, I don't know. If you don't want me to do this, you could have told me
Hello,
months
before
ago.
today.
Because there's so many other things I could have did with my money.
Yeah, yeah.
And my time. There's so many other things I could have did. But like, I still felt like I was like, through it all, I could still see God's hand. So anyway, baby, he put them waves in,
That looks so
and
good.
I was just like, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. He flew in, did my hair, and left before the vow renewal started.
Literally, we were in the front taking family pictures, and he was out there waiting for his ride before the renewal even started.
Before the vow renewal
because
even started.
we did pictures like 2 hours before.
Yes.
Before the vow renewal even started, and we're out there doing the prep pictures, and he is out there with his bag.
Done.
Wait, and the car pulls up, he gets in and leaves. I mean, in and out.
And he was so gracious.
Yeah.
Like, he would, like, his energy was good. Like, every turn where I'm like, well, I kind of want to do this, he's like, okay, bet. I don't have no glue. That's fine. We'll pivot. I'll use some eyelash glue. Oh, that didn't work? We're going to do something else. Like, he didn't seem stressed.
Yeah.
Even though I was underneath it all.
Yeah.
I was like, if I walk out here, because everything else had gone so well that I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk out here and look crazy. I'm going to walk out here and not like my hair again. And I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm not doing this again. So if I don't like my hair again, that's just the story at this point. There's nothing else I can offer. Well, girl, I went back. I couldn't really appreciate it, I don't think, in the moment because there was so much going on. But when I go back and look at the pictures, I'm like,
It was
so good. And I got stressed too because we had gone back and forth about doing a veil. Back and forth about adding a veil. And Kevin Fredericks said to me, so sweet, he said, you're the only one that can rock your short hair the way you rock short hair. Don't put on a veil.
Amen.
Let people see you rock your short hair.
I love that.
Just do a barrette. But then when my hair wasn't done, I was like, oh, I probably should have done
a veil would have been nice.
A veil would have been nice because then y'all couldn't see that this wasn't, back here wasn't done good. And I didn't have no choice. But now it's all out and exposed.
Oh.
But he worked it out.
Yeah.
Reggie was, why is my phone going off?
It's going
like this?
crazy.
Reggie was literally,
Save the day.
he saved the day. Reggie saved the day. He was so nice. Worked out so well. Hair, everything. The hair, the dress was so good.
Oh, the dress
everything
was beautiful.
worked out.
Yes, both of the dresses.
Yeah.
So even the dress for the welcome
yacht
party.
day. Oh, the welcome party.
Yeah,
I love that dress.
It was so cute.
Yeah,
All of it was so good.
Yeah.
Germany and her styling team. Let me tell you,
They be doing the thing.
they be doing she was in there steaming that wedding dress when you was getting your makeup done. She was like my arm.
I know.
She just was. I said, teach me how to steam because it was. Everybody was. Most people were amazing.
So anyway, that was for all of those that were wondering what went wrong.
That is half of it. There's a whole nother side.
There's a whole
that
other
Melissa
side.
won't tell.
I won't tell.
I'm
I
sure.
won't tell publicly.
No.
I will never.
But there is another
ever.
side.
But there is absolutely another
And
side.
I think, what is the lesson? Even though you're not going to tell the story, is there a lesson that you want people to take away from the story you won't tell?
Yes. One of the lessons I will tell is that this is actually more than just brides, but especially and specifically for brides, because this is a day that like literally is for you.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Amen.
Trust your gut. There are multiple, even in me saying trust your gut, there are like 2 very specific instances where I thought one thing and I didn't follow through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, there's 3. I thought one thing and I didn't follow through on that thought, and it caused me. I remember this is why I said it: heartache, headache, and hardship.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I had endured heartache, headache, and hardship.
Mm-hmm.
It was trust your gut.
Yep.
So that would be like my number one. And I tell my boys this, even when we play, I even try to tell McKinley this. When we play werewolf,
Oh, yeah.
I was the werewolf when we played it with the kids. And McKinley was like, it's auntie.
She did.
Nah, it's auntie. And part of werewolf is you gotta lie. You gotta lie. So I'm like, no, McKinley, it's not me. No, it's not me. Of course, she ends up being right. So I always circle back and tell her, trust your gut.
She did it for Kev's game night too. She was right about. I feel like it was 2 people. It was. I feel like it was Sai.
A couple times. One time she was right about Greg too.
Yep, and she'd just be like,
She'd be on it.
I think you're the werewolf.
Yeah, and it'd
So,
be
yeah.
random out of nowhere
It
too.
do,
It'd be just like everybody. I think you're the werewolf.
Yeah.
Girl, how you know?
And everybody like, you a kid.
Yes, but
Just
she'd
hush,
be
but
right.
she'd be right.
But so I always circle back and tell her, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Like, learn to trust your gut.
Amen.
Okay, that would definitely be my my piece of advice for everybody, but especially for brides. Whether it's your dress, whether it's your team, your decor, even down to, I'm going to give you an example. On my way to Cabo, I was like, I did have a feeling someone was going to miss their flight. I just did. I was like, I don't know why. So I was like, oh, you know what? It's probably going to be Germany because she's in Atlanta. And y'all know Atlanta weather be weird. Not due to her, but I'm like, Atlanta weather be weird.
Yeah.
Hartsfield be very... It'd be late.
Hartsfield-y.
Yeah,
It'd be very Atlanta-ish.
They never leave on time. It could be so many things that go wrong. I don't want to play myself. I brought like 3-4 different white dresses. Like on some like... If I have to walk down the aisle because she didn't make it, at least I'll have a white dress.
And literally, they were just white dresses.
No, legit. Because I didn't have another wedding dress. So I was like, I'm just going to bring these just in case.
If you would have came down the aisle and that dress, I would have been like...
There were others, but that was an option.
the one I saw, I said no.
She showed it.
No.
She was like, that's the dress you was going to wear?
We would've
Listen, it was
went
in the
to
event of an emergency.
Cabo's Mall and found something
sure we
with
could
some
have.
glitter.
Then I brought all of my makeup stuff. Because Elena lives in Houston. And Houston's another one of those cities. The weather be crazy. The weather be real crazy. So I was like, let me bring all my makeup because just in case.
Yeah.
Like, I can figure that out. Child, I never in a million years thought. Because if I would have thought that, I would have did my hair. I would have washed it. I would have brought stuff to wash my hair. I would have brought curl. I did bring my curling irons.
Oh, yeah.
But literally, I didn't bring shampoo. I didn't bring conditioner. Like, I didn't bring black people stuff. The stuff at the hotel, girl, good luck.
Good luck.
So anyway, that would definitely be... Elena is the hairstylist. Color du jour. It's her Instagram. Highly recommend. If you ever have an opportunity to hire her, work with her, need a hair... I highly recommend.
She was good.
Highly. Like, she did everything that I sent her inspo, and when I tell you she did it, she phenomenal. Love her. What are you gonna say?
Can you just you said this on another platform, but I think it's important to say here that you invited everyone, and everyone for their own reasons
Oh, yes.
could not attend. And
Yeah,
that's
I
okay.
do think it is important to say that because I don't want there to like be rumors or people to like kind of wonder things in their brain. So I definitely think that it is important to say that anyone that you think should have been there was invited and gave us a reason why they couldn't make it.
Yes.
And I want people to remember, people's lives don't revolve around me and Kev.
Amen.
That's for real. Like, people have lives and things going on, and so there's a multitude is the point. There are a multitude of reasons why people didn't make it. My feelings are not hurt, and so I don't want y'all feelings to be
Amen.
hurt. There are, like I said, number one, you got to get a passport. And the resort we stayed at, please know it was not cheap.
It was not cheap.
It was not cheap. And to assume everybody's financial situation is just, I don't know it. Y'all don't know it. Only the people know it. You know what I mean? And so regardless, it could be financial reasons. It could be scheduling. It could be simply, I want to take me and my wife somewhere, or me and my family somewhere in 3 weeks, and I can't afford to do both. Like, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people don't have to come, and I'm in no ways offended by that. And so I just don't want you guys to like conjure or think that there's beef. There's not.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think people weren't invited because we were being shady. We were not.
I think
All is well.
Yeah. The other thing I will say also, because obviously you guys have created and cultivated an amazing community of people who like genuinely care and are invested and care, right, about you guys' lives. And a part of you guys' platform, you and Kev specifically, is that you share a part of your lives with your community. And so there you do, I think it's not weird to wonder,
Yeah.
where is that? Oh, it's so weird that
yeah.
person isn't there. So I think that part is fine to wonder, but what I like to say is assume the best.
Absolutely.
Right? So I think it's fine to wonder, but assume that there probably was a good reason.
yes.
Think about the reasons when you get invited. Sometimes you don't go to stuff. Sometimes it's not because you hate that person. You might just be tired.
Yeah.
You may not have the funds. You may have other obligations. So like assume the best. But I do think it's important. Again, I recognize the community and the investment, and people be like, where that person at? So I think addressing it is helpful.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy you said that. So that's that on that 45 minutes. Okay, last things I want to say is all y'all who thought I was crazy for the dress code, shut up. You can shut up.
Why would you take 45 seconds of silence to then just say shut up?
Y'all can shut up. Because tell me it didn't work.
I'm still mad. The dress I wore isn't even the dress that I got 3-4 days before
so
that.
cute, though.
No, I'm
Yes, it was.
still upset.
I
don't
actually
have a
really love
single
that it was
picture.
short.
Well, I do too because it was hot, but I don't even have a single good picture. That's why I'm like, where's the picture of the three of us? Because that's the only
Oh,
one.
you didn't get into the thing? He's uploading pictures in there.
Oh, I'm not in there. I need to go
yeah.
look because
No, it looks so good.
the colors looked amazing.
This is the thing. This is what y'all actually should know a little bit about me, that I am the person that is intentionally different, but if you miss it, I always go with the flow. Because I'm never doing too much, but I'm also going to be different.
Yeah.
So like even when I was younger and everybody was wearing Nike, I only wore Fila.
Yes.
I've always just kind of been just enough to make sure that I'm different. And right now, the trend, and this is no shade because I actually think it's beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I actually think it's really, really pretty. I considered it for a long time. That the trend right now on social media is white weddings. Those very pretty, and again, I think they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they are.
Those very pretty all white weddings, or even the blush tone weddings. I actually think that they are so pretty and clean, and they just they're so good. And I'm not gonna lie, I highly considered it for a long time that's what I was gonna do. But because of who I actually am, I'd be like, I don't want to do what y'all do. Because if I do an all white wedding, it's going to look like everybody else's wedding, and I don't want to do that. Yeah. And so I need to do something that's going to be a little bit different. And so doing rose tones, so all the flowers were roses, which is ghetto. I don't recommend because it's so expensive.
Oh, I was like, why?
Oh
but
God.
Okay.
It's so expensive.
Pricing.
Find another flower.
Hilarious.
Find another flower. But having all of the roses, like I didn't want, I just didn't want a white wedding. Yeah. Like once I was settled on that, I didn't want that. So then it's like, color.
Yeah.
What's the color I can go with? Red.
Yeah.
That's the I want. If I'm not going white, child, give me red because that's a color.
Yeah.
So going with the red and the purple and the pinks and the mauves and the berries, now I'm like, this is color. And to see everyone show up in all of their colors.
Yeah.
And the flowers were also those colors.
It was really pretty.
Everyone just looked amazing.
Yeah.
And it worked so well. Highly recommend get on your people's nerves.
Amen.
And do a dress code because it worked so well. Like it worked so well. I was so happy with everything and that it was memorable, like because it's not white and there's tons of them. And again, I don't mean that shadily because again, I'm a fan of them. I think the blush tone weddings especially are so pretty, and the white ones, and then just with the pops of greenery, oh my God, I think they're so pretty. But I did really like just like the array of colors, especially against melanin. It just was good, y'all. It was just really good. So anyway, I highly enjoyed, very much enjoyed the color scheme. I really did. The other thing is one of the things that was actually really important to me is, you know how when you go to weddings, Mel's wedding actually didn't have this though. I will say that there was some of it, but it really wasn't what I'm about to say. When you go to weddings and there's such a serious tone to them, there's already like this really weird sadness associated with weddings that I don't understand. When I really sit and think about it, I don't understand why we cry at weddings. I know it's like happy tears, but it's low-key a little weird to me. But I understand it, right? Like I do understand it. And especially if it's a first wedding, I also especially understand it.
Yeah.
I was like, we had already said yes. We had did that already.
Yep.
So one of the things that was really important to me this time around, I was like, we are celebrating 20 years.
Yeah.
We are not mourning 20
Hello?
years. So if we are celebrating 20 years, let's have a celebration.
Yeah, totally.
So I wanted it to feel fun. I did not want it to feel sad at all. Like I didn't want it to feel sad. So even in choosing my songs for the ceremony, like, first of all, I feel like I picked the most random wedding songs, but when I tell you I loved every one of them.
They were all good.
When I tell you I loved every one of them, but I was like, is this the thing people do, or am I being like the weirdo that I am and just choosing things? So the first one for the officiant, which was YPJ, which was so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him. Was So Amazing. It's a Luther Vandross song, but the one that I actually really enjoyed was the Beyonce Stevie Wonder version. And so they played that as he was walking down. So good. Can I Call You Rose for Kev? So Kev picked the song, but then I wanted him to karaoke it.
Oh, nice.
The funny thing about this is I'm curating like how I want the vibe to be and how I want things to be. So a lot of times people think it was Kev.
Hello?
Y'all, it wasn't Kev.
Hello?
I be part of the foolishness a little bit. Kev is the
Who's
foolishness.
the real comedian in this family?
No, Kev is the comedian.
Melissa on stage.
And Kev is the foolishness. Sometimes I just take part in the foolishness. And I knew that Kev sing, and I knew he would go for it. Yeah. There's no world in which he doesn't.
Absolutely.
I know he's going to go for it. And I know it's going to set the tone.
Yeah.
I know it's going to set the tone because Kev's going to sing. I thought he knew the words. Clearly he didn't. But I knew he would do what he did. And the audience, you're laughing.
Yeah.
You're having a good time. You're not here to cry. We're not here to cry.
100%.
We're not here to cry. We're here to have a good time. My mom loves Steady Love by India.Arie. She's
Such
the
a
one who
good
actually introduced.
song.
It's such a good song.
Yeah.
And it has this kind of like marching tempo to it. And so in my mind, Kev's parents were going to walk down and kind of be marching to it. And then my mom and the boys obviously ended up being with Julian, but my mom and the boys would kind of go and be marching to it. This is what happened. During the rehearsal, Natalie, who's my wedding planner, who I love.
Say it very explicitly.
Natalie said, I said, oh, Mom, you guys can march. Natalie said, no,
Yeah.
don't march. It's going to take too long. Do not march.
I heard it. I heard her say that.
My mom then proceeded to
Do what she wanted.
do a
and
march dance combination thing.
with 3 teenagers.
and they didn't practice.
And one of them who just landed 5 minutes ago.
Listen, Mama did this little stutter step. It was like 2-step 1,
And they could
2
not
step
catch it.
1.
They could
2-step
not
1.
catch it.
Child, what was happening?
At one point, Zay was just like,
We're just gonna walk, and it took so long.
it took so long.
I was literally in the back, like,
Just
hurry
get
up,
there. Just
double time
get-
this.
You know what's so crazy is her commitment to it.
Yes.
I will bail so quick on an idea. Oh, this ain't working. Bye. She stayed trying to 2-step with 3 teenagers who were not 2-stepping with her the entire length of the aisle.
It was hilarious.
Sit down.
She was,
Are you watching this,
and
Mary
it was
Marshall?
hot.
Sit down.
and it was hot.
You watching this, Mary Marshall?
Yes.
You did that.
Is she watching?
I think so. I don't know.
No, Mom, for real. Natalie absolutely said don't
She
march.
did. I heard her.
And Mom was like, I'm marching.
Not talking to me.
I'm definitely marching. It was hysterical. Okay? So they marched down. And then, oh my God. Micaiah.
Did exactly what I tell y'all on this podcast every single week that she's gonna do. She was herself. Okay? Micaiah was herself. Have you seen the video? Okay? The video, she goes and she's there with McKinley and Tayson. And they
did great.
we're on. Let's go. McKinley, flowers, Tayson, pillow. Let's go. Walking. Micaiah, no. This girl took 3 steps and then turned around. In the middle of the aisle. So then Natalie has to come grab her hand. So now Natalie and Micaiah are the flower girls. Natalie is just holding her hand and trying the whole aisle. She had to walk her down. And then Micaiah, she's just like,
Somebody said, hi, Kai. And she said,
and then she did her little Arthur fist. If you watch the video, her little hands clench and she
was so mad.
by the time she gets to us, she literally folds her arms. I said, throw her. Oh, whose child is this? Who's her mom? Somebody get her mom. Because what?
Oh, it is exactly what I knew she was going to do and exactly what I wanted her to do. I did not want her to do right. I literally wanted Micaiah to Micaiah. I
And she
literally
did.
wanted her to Micaiah.
You know what's so ridiculous is, Monique is practicing with Tayson
Yes.
beforehand. There's a whole rehearsal.
There is.
Micaiah acted that way in every practice, at my house, Melissa's house, at every rehearsal.
When we were at the airport, she was so good though. She grabbed
That
the
was the
airport.
first time.
When we were in the airport, she grabbed the basket and was like, she didn't want me to have it back. Matter of fact, it was in y'all room because she didn't want
Yes,
to give it back
yes.
to me.
That was she did one time because we practiced at home and she was like,
She was
Huh.
hysterical.
why are you trying to make me do this?
My literal favorite video
It's
of all time.
so ridiculous.
'Cause I can't wait until she's like Isaiah's age. Because I promise I'm going to show her this.
Oh, please.
Oh, my God.
Please.
Micaiah had the time. All the kids, by the way. All the kids had the time of their life. Micaiah?
Like, she had such a great time that by the time we get to the reception, she falls asleep.
Oh, she was exhausted.
She missed the whole me and Micaiah missed the whole reception because Micaiah is laid out on the bench. Barely even ate the dinner food because she has acted a donkey and been crazy all day, swam in the pool every single day,
Oh my
ate
God.
every single
Yes,
thing. By
she
the
did.
time we got there Saturday, by the time Wednesday came,
She was done.
Micaiah laid out on that bench and did not wake up until the reception was over. And then we got back to the room and she went back to sleep. I said, this is the day you decided to let it hit you.
We
Today.
arrived in Cabo too early. Micaiah had her swimsuit on every single day.
Did not water? Mommy, water?
Was dunking her head and
Literally.
everything.
Could not understand. So,
Yeah, by
anyway,
the time Wednesday rolled around, she was like, girl, I could be at home.
she fell
The
asleep
vacation's over.
on the next day on
On
the
the
yacht.
yacht?
She fell asleep on that. She was exhausted.
She was exhausted. It was adorable, though. It's literally my favorite video. Where you hear someone say her name, and she was like, sick of this church.
She literally, her
I'm
little
sick of being here.
like, why are you guys looking at me?
Y'all should have did this 3 days ago.
So
She
stupid.
was pissed off. But they came down to Ain't No Mountain High Life. And, I should say this.
Oh, yeah.
The theme of all of the songs were like healthy love, right? Like I wanted all the songs to exude like a healthy forever type of love. And Ain't No Mountain High Enough to Keep Me From You, like low key, it's a very sweet gesture.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and it's upbeat, and I knew the audience would get into it. And it was adorable
Yeah, it
hearing
was.
it and watching them come down,
Yeah.
watching them come down the aisle. Like it was like, I'm not a vibes person. Like I actually don't think I curate vibes very well, but I feel like I curated the vibes that I wanted for this, and I was very proud of myself. Then I knew I wanted to come down to a song with Forever in it because of the theme of Forever Fredericks, and I also knew I included it in my vows. So I knew I wanted to like hone in on this theme of Forever. Child, this Chrisette Michelle, what's her name?
Yeah, that's her name.
What?
Do you know that's the song you guys walked down to at my wedding?
Are you serious?
Yeah, you guys at the wedding party.
I did not know that. Why didn't you tell me?
Because when you told me your idea about like the forever theme, I was like, that is so perfect. Anyway, but I still was like, you guys did that. It's such a great song.
No,
though. So continue
I
your
stop kissing this. It's very
continue
gross.
your words.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We be sisters
We
sometimes.
be sisters.
We really do. We be sisters.
It's
I
such
did
a
not
great
know
song.
that. No, it's a really, really great. That just made me smile. Like I almost want to cry. I feel like it's so sentimental that I walked down with it with you. It's a really, really great song, and it's really sweet, and it has Forever in it, and like. I actually chose all these songs Mother's Day weekend because there was a lot happening.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's one of the treasure gut moments. But I did it all, and so as I would play the songs, close my eye, and kind of envision like everybody going down and kind of what I wanted, what the vibes were. And I just bawled. I just cried and cried as I was envisioning all of it, and it worked the way I envisioned. And so anyway, it was great. The singers sang Best Part with her and Daniel Caesar. Is it her and Daniel Caesar?
Yep.
Okay. Her and Daniel Caesar. Can we just talk about these singers real quick?
The singers were so good. What's Tamara? She has an incredible voice. Incredible voice. Like really good. She's also funny and like so a great host.
And such a good MC.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was
amazing.
So good. Stevie was great. I actually have some videos of him I'm going to send to him because I'm not going to post nothing else right now. But Stevie was amazing. Durand is never not amazing.
Oh my God.
He's such a good time.
He is a good time.
Just
animated. He's a performer.
Oh.
Just full on performer.
Yeah,
You're going to get a performance.
Yeah. They were great. Kev went up there in karaoke, which I hoped he would do. Yeah. Like I literally told them to sing you might seem strange. Thank you. Because I knew Kev was gonna go up there and sing it. Like everything just like worked the way I envisioned, except for that hair part.
Totally.
Except for that hair part. Everything else, what I had in my mind.
Execution was flawless.
It came out in real life. Let me tell you something. If I had one person that I would have invited that I didn't. So I have started to develop a relationship with Estelle, who is the sweetest person on planet Earth, by the way. She's literally like really, really sweet. And someone just said American Boy. When they started singing American Boy, I said, how iconic would it have been?
Yes.
If Estelle was here
and could sing that
and could go up and sing with them,
yeah, that would have been so cool.
I'm mad I didn't invite her, but I didn't know where we were in terms of our relationship. If it would be weird for her, you know what I mean? Because we like just started like forming a little like bond or whatever. She's really like seriously, she's very, very sweet. But she would be a person I would have invited. But had she did American Boy,
oh, that would have been so fun.
I probably would have combusted.
Epic.
I would have combusted. So anyway, the singers were amazing. There was actually, let me tell you something. Stevie was supposed to join the wedding, and then he went on tour with Jennifer Lopez.
That's right.
When Jennifer Lopez canceled her tour, that was God shining down on me.
Yes, every time, child.
That was God shining down on me because, you know, Stevie's a professional.
I mean,
Okay, he be on tour with the people.
so huge.
Okay, like he be on the tours with the Jennifers. Okay, so when she canceled, he was like, I'm available. I said, well, look at God.
Well, we are too.
Well, look at God.
Look at how schedules align.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's really all that I have. Went wrong. The kids had a time. Joe crying.
Oh, so
Mel,
sweet.
I didn't see it in real time.
Oh,
Mel
my.
did.
I was sitting right behind him and Zay, and so it was during Melissa's vows. He started crying, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then Zay put his arm around him, and I was like, "This is sending me. This is sending me." It was the first part of your vows, which were really fun, and like Ann did that was really, really fun. Very creative, just very like in line with the feels and the vibe of the renewal. And then you got to like some sentimental and like more hard hitting stuff, and he just lost it, and I almost lost it. I was like, "You are not gonna sit in front of me and cry right now. That is not gonna happen." And Zay just put it. It was the sweetest thing.
It was really
so
sweet. And Joe, the thing about Joe is that he is a hard exterior, but when I tell you that baby is mush.
Oh my gosh, it's the best though. It's
Joe,
the best. It makes his moments when he is mush, it makes them like that much sweeter because you never really get to see that side, and so when you get a glimpse of it, it's just so
but he
sweet.
really is a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Josiah Fredericks is a marshmallow. He is truly a marshmallow. My dad walked me down the aisle, which was phenomenal. I was so excited. I actually thought I was gonna not miss him walking down the aisle, but I wanted the like first look with him basically.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna miss it because I was still getting my hair done.
Oh, yeah.
Like we had to pivot my hair 3 times probably before he was like, "You have to trust me at this point." And I was eating time when they were out there taking the pictures that Mel was talking about earlier. I was supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't because I was still getting dressed and we hadn't taken the pictures.
We were outside in the heat.
Yeah, and it was hot.
It was.
It was so hot. So anyway, Daddy walked me down the aisle. That was great. The kids had a time. All the nieces, and it was like 20 kids.
Oh my god.
And that's like no exaggeration.
Yeah.
If 100 people, it was about 100 people that showed up, 20 of them
Absolutely.
were children. Okay, like, and they had they played werewolf. They were up in my room every single day. They were eating all the food, racking up bills and sending the bill downstream to Kev. Like literally the waiter came over and he said, "Are you Uncle Kevin?" And Kevin was like, "Yes." They had just, that's for you. They was living their best life, and I love it for them.
Me
Like
too.
truly, I'm
Me
like,
too.
yes, do the
Yeah.
things, and after don't ask me for nothing else. I'm about to be on a pole.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What went wrong? The
Did you say
kids,
on
Joe
a pole?
crying. Will I do another? No,
Oh. Well.
absolutely not.
This was so epic though. This was
there's-
enough.
50. I will take a trip.
Amen. Amen to that.
I'm not doing this. I got everything that I wanted out of this
Yeah.
and some.
Yeah.
Like everything that I wanted. There's no world in which I even feel like I could top this. And there was so many things I forgot. I did a portrait studio because I didn't
Oh my
want to do
gosh,
the
yeah.
photo booth. Highly recommend, by the way. It's literally just couches and a rug, and you just hire a photographer. It's like low key cheaper, but it allows you to get more people in the picture. So that Black Love picture is actually in the portrait studio. You know, it's outside, so studio like this, but it is literally my favorite thing. You get so many more pictures, you can do more things. Like it just is, I can't wait to see those pictures actually. But anyway, I forgot about it. So really the only picture I have in the portrait studio is like that Black Love picture. I ended up calling Joshua back over to do like maybe 2 more, but like the photographer had already gone. I completely forgot. Oh, I did ladies night for my bouquet toss. Love that. I thought and then I did It's Like Candy for the cake cutting. Love that too. I thought I did so good. Forgot we did fireworks.
Amazing.
Completely forgot.
Perfect.
We were literally cutting the cake.
Yep.
And Natalie was like, the fireworks. I said, you right.
And then
Boom. You right. I have
They
forgot.
disappeared.
They appeared. We got a really great picture. Reem did his big one on that. Got a
Yeah.
really great picture with us on that. But I did all the content I wanted. There was
Yeah.
one video I wanted to do with the dress, and I only have half of it because I didn't finish it. Totally forgot. We were supposed to do a video.
We started the video at the airport, and then we didn't finish
and we
it.
didn't finish that. But like everything else, I did what I wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
I absolutely 100% did what I wanted, and the vow renewal was everything. If you want to know what was in my brain, if you want to know what I envisioned, you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw it. It was what I envisioned. I will not take credit for all of the planning. I will say I was asked more questions than I wanted.
Hello?
In this wedding planning process. I promise I was asked more questions than I wanted because I was getting like decision fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the decisions in terms of like, do you want this or this, I helped to make, but I don't want to take credit for like design.
Yeah.
The planning team did their big one. Okay, they did their big one. They did the design. You know, I just had input. So don't be thinking I can do the things, because I cannot, and I don't want to. I don't want to. It was a lot. So anyway, I think that's it. Inspo Behind the Colors, we talked about the guest list. Everybody showed up and showed out. So excited. Celebration not morning. Music selections. Anything I would have done differently, I told y'all. What you got?
That's all. It was great. I had a great time.
Time of my life.
Had a great time. My children had a great time. My husband had a great time. I'm good.
Oh, the parent speeches.
Oh, that is the one thing I would have done differently. Not the
have the
parents'
speeches? Oh, I'm like, not have the speeches?
No, I had so many things prepared for my speech, ideas, things I wanted to say. But before that, the parents had speeches. And it just threw everything off a little bit. They were great.
They were memorable.
They were memorable, but it threw me off. I shouldn't say threw everything off. It threw me off where I was like, oh, how do I gain my footing? Like what, you know? But anyway, they were memorable. I feel like it just adds to the story. That's my real feeling. Stuff like that, when things are crazy, even the hairstylist story, stuff like that adds to the story. In 10 years, when we talk about this, we are going to be talking about the hairstylist. We are going to be talking about Jude showing up. We are going to be talking about the Kev coming up after his dad told everybody to be quiet. Like, we are going to be talking about those moments, and that's what makes a story. That's how you got to live life with a laugh, honey.
Yeah, it was very memorable. Yeah, and the yacht day was great.
And
it was hot, though.
Yeah.
Listen,
It was a good time, though.
It was a good time.
Because all these children on yachts, are you kidding me? Living their best life. We swag surfed because you're on a yacht and you should.
For sure.
Great.
Yeah. The kids were my favorite part.
Yeah.
The kids were my favorite. Like, I just could not stop smiling that they were having such a good time. And like, all of them, like our friend Keita, we've known Keita since high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what year that was, but let's just say high school. And her kids call us auntie.
Yeah.
Like, my boys didn't know that
so
Auntie
funny.
Keita wasn't
Like real
Auntie Keita and Uncle like they didn't know that until like this summer.
So
like
funny.
literally right this summer they found out. It was like, oh, I just thought Jada and Jalen were our cousins. They are.
Like how?
Just
though?
not
If
my
you
blood.
know who
You didn't
your
realize-
sisters are,
correct.
and you know Uncle Kevin's siblings, how you thought that? But it's fine because
They
we love
just-
her like our sister, so it's fine.
Listen, and one thing about Keita,
She act just like it. Okay,
She
she's part
sure
of this
do.
family.
Yeah, she is.
Anyway,
So I love that for them. The kids had a blast. And they're flying in today.
'Cause
Juge
we
is
bet.
already here. Juge didn't leave.
we bet.
Juge flew with us to LA, so he's been spending some time with the boys. They went to the gym yesterday.
Oh gosh.
And
They
then
should've
sat in the
took
car.
my-
I went out. I was like, y'all okay? Jude tell me something. You know, we just doing cousin time. Just cousin talk. Okay, Jude. The boys got their ears pierced.
I saw that. I have to see them today.
It's adorable.
I can't even deal.
Isaiah pivoted on locks and got a fro hawk.
Oh, I need to see.
He
I'm
looks
excited to
22.
see them today. Oh, well, that I'm not ready for.
With the pierce, he looks 22. He was like, I need to figure out my college look.
I love it. Come on, college look. You see it.
It's very cute. But both of them, they both are just adorable. So anyway, thank you. Enough.
This girl.
enough. Thank you guys so much. I don't think we'll be back between now and August, because I don't think anything else is coming.
I don't either. You got a trip the first week in August too, and that's the week we come back.
You're right for Isaiah's thing.
Yeah, girl.
Okay, we'll look at it
Anyway.
because maybe we'll do. I don't think we're leaving. I don't know what day we're leaving. I think it's the 4th.
It is, and that is like the beginning of that week.
It's
Anyway.
a Sunday.
Yeah, but we are. That's our first one is that week. You know,
Oh, so you want to maybe do that Friday instead, like the 2nd?
that's probably fine.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Yes, we'll be at Essence. I will be at Essence. Actually, Mel and them decided against Essence.
I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, but we will be there. I got my first brand deal for Essence.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
I might change my flight.
Come.
And Greg will he'll hate me if I do that. It's fine.
And the gift bags, we'll have a giveaway. Catherine is going to organize that, and Courtney's going to mail them out to you guys. So I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone, just really quickly. Thank you to everyone who has commented. Thank you to everyone who's been so nice and encouraging and has enjoyed all of the wedding content that we've put out. Just thank you guys. I had the time of my life. I really
Yes.
did. I will not do it again, but I really, truly, I will cherish what that was for years to come.
Sure.
It was literally everything. So thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all in August. Bye.
Happy other birthday. They're saying it.
Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Correct. My birthday's coming up.
Show is. Bye.
Bye.